Hi, welcome to this video lesson on future time in English. This lesson works best if you have a copy of this book, Fundamentals of English Grammar, 5th edition by Betty Azar and Stacy Hagen. If you do not have this textbook, it's okay. This video will still work. But everything in this video comes from chapter 3 of Fundamentals of English Grammar, 5th edition. So let's get started. English verb tenses. When we talk about verb tenses, we mean that we are modifying or changing the verb to indicate time. And in that definition, there are really only two verb tenses in English. We modify or change the verb for present tense and past tense. We don't modify the verb for future. So for present tense, what we call present simple, for first and second person, we use the base form of the verb. So I go, you go, we go, they go. For third person singular, he goes, she goes, it goes. We add that S at the end. So do becomes does, have becomes has, walks, talks, tries, flies. There's that little S at the end for third person singular. Everything else is just the base form of the verb. In past simple, for any subject, first person, second, or third, we use the same form of the verb. For go, it's irregular, it becomes went. Do becomes did, have becomes had, come, came, fly, flew. And then for most verbs in English, we have the ed ending where walk becomes walked, talk, talked, try, tried. So we add a D or an ED at the end of the verb. For future tense, we don't have an ending. There's no S or ing or ed ending to the verb that indicates future. So we have to do something else. For future tense, there are many ways in which English speakers talk about the future. We can use present simple. Yes, present simple to talk about future. Present progressive. We have modals for the future like will or may and many others. And we have these phrasal modals be going to or be about to. So let's look at some of the many different ways that English speakers talk about the future. The one you're probably familiar with the most is the modal will. I will graduate in May, or contracted, I'll graduate in May. It will not snow this week. Contracted, won't. It won't snow this week. For questions, the modal will moves to the front of the sentence. Will the class start soon? Short answer, yes, it will. No, it won't. Will not, won't. After the modal, we use the base form of the verb. Will graduate, won't snow, will start, will go, will do, will be. May is also a modal, just like will. So I can say I may graduate in May. It may not snow this week. Will the class start soon? What, May or May 9th? May is talking about the future, but we are not sure. We don't really know. So will I graduate? I don't know. I may graduate. Will it snow? I don't know. I'm not sure. It may snow. It may not snow. Notice in the question, when we ask about future, we still use will. So will the class start soon? Again, I don't know. So the class may start soon. The class may not start soon. It may or may not. It's a modal just like will. So after the modal may, we use the base form of the verb. May graduate, may not snow. May go, may do, may have, may be. Okay, back to the examples. It may rain this weekend. We will bring our raincoats. They will sleep in a tent. They won't be at a hotel. She will make coffee tomorrow morning. Will we need a lamp at night? I don't know. We may need one, so let's bring one. May rain, will bring, will sleep, won't be, will make, will need, etc. So if you have a copy of the textbook, you can turn to page 69 and do a little practice. If not, pause the video now, complete these questions, and then start the video again for the answers. The answers will appear in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Check your work. See if you got them all right. As you can see, it's very simple. After the modal will is the base form of the verb. Don't add an S, don't add an ing or ed, don't change the verb in any way. So will opens would be wrong. Will opening, wrong. It's just will open. Now, another way that we talk about the future in English is to use this form be going to or present progressive. That's when we talk about our plans for the future. So for instance, if I had plans to go hiking, I can say we are going to go on a hike in the woods. That's going to go. Or I can simply use the present progressive form of the verb. We are going on a hike in the woods next week. If I had plans for camping, I can say they are going to camp by the river. Going to. Or I can use present progressive. They are camping by the river tonight. Be careful. For predictions, we do not use the phrase be going. We do not use present progressive, sorry. So for predictions about the weather, I can use be going to and say it's going to rain tomorrow. I will not use present progressive. So to say it is raining tomorrow would be ungrammatical, incorrect English grammar. I could make a prediction saying they are going to have fun. Going to. But that is not a plan. So they are having fun next week. Present progressive would be ungrammatical, incorrect English grammar. So the phrase be going to is used for plans or predictions. The present progressive is only used for plans about the future. So let's practice with be going to. So again, if you have the book here, turn to that page, exercise 6. Try these out. You're going to use the phrase be going to. So we have to use a correct form of the verb be. Am, is, are, going to. The answers will appear on the screen in 3. Okay. Check your work. Pause the video. Make sure you've got everything correct. Keep in mind that for questions, just like all other questions in English, that be verb moves to the front of the subject. So he is going to stop in question form becomes is he going to stop? And now you can do some more practice. Exercise 36 in your textbook. You want to complete these with the correct form of present progressive, not will or won't, and not be going to. but just simple present progressive. You need the correct form of the be verb, am, is, are, and then the ing form of the verb. So in the example number one, what are you doing? I am going. Complete, and then pause the video. Check your answers. 3. Okay, let's check our answers. See if you got everything right. Remember, this is present progressive, so these are going to be plans when talking about the future. So notice in the example number one, it's talking about tomorrow afternoon. What are you doing tomorrow afternoon? What are your plans? Right? In his plans, he's going to the mall. And then the other person's plans are going to a movie, going out to dinner, meeting my son. In example number two, we have present and future. So the question, what are you majoring in, is present progressive for the present, meaning what are you majoring in right now? He says, I'm majoring in engineering now. But in the second question, I am going to use present progressive for future, next semester. What courses are you taking next semester? I'm taking English, math, and physics. That's future. And then example number three, what are you doing? Means what are you doing right now? Okay, I am cutting my hair. I'm cutting my hair now, right? So present progressive will always talk about the present now unless you specify a future time. You need to say tomorrow afternoon. What are you doing tomorrow afternoon? What are you doing next semester? What are you doing next week? And we know we're talking about future plans. If I just ask you, hey, what are you doing? That means, what are you doing right now? If I want to know your plans for tomorrow, I would say, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Now we can also use simple present to express future time when the future events are on a definite schedule or timetable. Think about different things that have a schedule. Your work schedule at your job, your school schedule, when your classes start and end, right? The flight schedules at an airport, when the plane arrives, when the plane departs, bus schedules, when the bus comes to the bus stop, when the bus leaves. Okay? Businesses open at a certain time of day and they close at a certain time of day. At the cinema, movies start at a certain time and they end at a certain time. So anything that is on a definite schedule or timetable that starts, begins, ends, finishes, open, closes at a specific time, we can use the present simple. So for this exercise in your textbook, exercise 40, if you have the textbook on page 85, okay, look at all of these examples. They are all in the future. If it's a future plan, just something I want to do, I would like to do, it's not really on a schedule or timetable, then we are not going to use present simple. But if this is a future event that is scheduled, it's on a timetable, it's on a calendar, it has a specific time, then I may use present simple, right? Anything that I can use for present simple, talking about the future, I can also use present progressive and be going to, because something that's on a schedule or timetable is also a plan, right? It's also going to happen. So for example, number one is a concert and it's at 8 tonight, future, later tonight. Okay. Well, the concert is definitely planned. There is a plan for this concert to happen. So I can use be, which is present progressive, and I can use see, which is be going to. Both of those are good for plans. But it's not just a plan like, hey, let's have a concert. You want to have a concert? Okay. This concert starts, begins at 8 o'clock, not 7:30, not 8:30. There's a timetable. You probably bought a ticket. The ticket says 8 p.m. So that is a timetable. We can use present simple as well. The concert begins at 8 o'clock tonight. So A, B, and C are all correct answers for number one. Take a look at the rest. Again, pause the video, work the answers out, think about your answer. Is it on a schedule or timetable? Then it would be A, B, and C. All of these would be correct. If it's just a plan, but really doesn't need to be at any specific time, then A is probably not going to work. Okay, so pause the video now, try it out, and then check your answers in. All right, let's check our answers. So we said number one, all three are correct. It's on a timetable. If you look at number four, the bus. Number six, the game. Number seven is a plane, an airplane. And number 10 is a school schedule. So all of those are definite schedules, definite timetables. So 1, 4, 6, 7, and 10 can be used A, B, and C. For all the others, they're plans. As for example, number 2, I plan to make seafood pasta for dinner tonight, but I don't need to make the pasta at any specific time. I didn't buy a ticket to make pasta, seafood pasta for dinner, so I wouldn't use present simple. A is not going to work. B and C are okay, but A is not going to work. So number 2, number 3, 5, and number 8 and number 9 are all plans for the future, but they are not plans for a specific time. So I would not use present simple for those. And lastly, in chapter 3 of the textbook, they tell you about this phrase, be about to. Be about to expresses the idea that something will happen very soon, in the immediate future. So if we look at the picture below, I can say they are about to have dinner. They are sitting down in front of a fire. They have made the fire already, so the fire is there, ready for cooking. There's wood out. They have their cups, their drinks. They look comfortable. The lights are up. They have all their lights ready for when the sun goes down. They will have light. They're getting hungry. Okay, so very soon they will have dinner. They are going to have dinner, or we can say they are about to have dinner. Okay, if we look at these two, choose the scene that this sentence best describes, and we have the sentence, he is about to fight a fire. Picture A or picture B? What do you think? Well, if we look at picture A, he's wearing his full suit, his full gear. He has a mask on his face. He's carrying his instruments. He's walking into the smoke. There is a fire there. In picture B, he looks a little dirty. His firefighter's uniform is very dirty, which tells me that He has already been in the fire. The fire is over. He is removing his uniform. He's sitting down, relaxing. He's tired. He has already fought the fire. So picture B, the fire is in the past. He fought the fire already. In picture A, he is walking into the fire. He is on his way. He will fight the fire soon. He is about to fight a fire. So we use a form of the verb be. I am, he, she, or it is, you, they, or we are about to do something. So look at these 9 photos and make a sentence that would describe what is about to happen. The monkey is about to do what? In picture 2, the man is about to do what? And number 3, the airplane is about to what? Make a sentence and leave it in the comments of this video. Thank you very much. Again, please leave a comment or question below. Thank you for watching.